there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love is how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. Well, it's not a cry that you hear at night. No, it's not someone who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken heart. It's the cry of a baby, the whisper in prayer. It's voices and laughter. It's the wind in the stillness, the spaces between. It's a spark of fire. It's a seed, a flower, a butterfly's wing, a call and an answer. It's a breath, a stirring, the pulse in my veins, moves in as and through me. It's a knowing, it's our only design, eternally growing love. It's peace, it's power, connects all to one, has no end, no beginning. It's receiving and giving. I release, I let go. Find shrugging a shoulder. Love, love.
Good morning, Amani. So good to see you all. I am especially excited today because we have the wonderful Bob Sima here. So he is going to be singing our opening song. So let's stand up. Let's raise the vibration here.
You raised the vibration just by standing, didn't you? I love it. Hello, good morning. So beautiful to be with you. I wrote this song based on the oldest religion, one of the oldest religions on the planet, Zoroastrianism. Any Zoroasters in the house? Usually just there's just like a little bit you can take from each religion, and this one, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer. All right, and it's really easy to sing along. So just you'll get it on the first line. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. That's the whole song. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. Come on. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. These are the things, these things that we need. From the time you rise to the time you sleep, every step you take, every breath you receive, do these. And everyone you pass on every street, every eye you meet, every friend you keep, do these. Are y'all follow Marcy? Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. 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 These are the things, these things that we need. If you look back at the world from space, all you see is one human race. Do these. And if you stand in the shoes of another you, will find these three things will set you free. You free. All right, come on, bring it on up. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. Y'all take it. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. These are the things, these things that you need. Well, the world, it cries for your beauty inside. Can you hear it sing? Can you hear it scream? Do these. And in the face of hate, we separate. In the arms of love, we radiate. Do these. Come on, it's your last time. Bring it on up. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds. 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 These are the things, yeah, these things we desperately need. Thank you.
I was telling Bob it's something I've been trying to manifest for the last 10 years, so, because he lives on the East Coast, so very, very excited to have him here. All right, so let's release the kids. I believe Marie's back there. You guys go have a great time, and we will hear all about it later. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the Amani Center. It is my great joy and pleasure always to welcome you on Sundays. We like to start with our vision statement, so let's all speak it aloud together with lots of energy. We are lighting the path to peace together, and so that's why we show up here every Sunday. That's why we show up for workshops and classes and new moon, full moon, all the rituals we do here. So we are lighting that path to peace, and we do it together in community. You good, Reverend Kathy? Okay. All right, here's a little bit about us for anyone who might be watching for the first time or anyone who has some questions. We are an open and inclusive spiritual community, and we know that there are many paths to the divine. So whatever path you are walking on, you are welcome here. We're so grateful to have you here with us. We're a place that you can learn and you can grow and you can just be. Sometimes you're here and you're really wanting to learn and transform your life and continue to take that step up, that gradual increase, or sometimes it's a rocket to the moon. And then sometimes you just need a place to be, a safe place where you can fill your cup. We are always that as well. So whatever reason you're here, we're just glad to see you here. All right, is there anyone here for the first time besides Bob? All right, if you are watching for the first time or you'd like to we have a little welcome packet with a little charm on it. We'd love to get that to you so you could know a little bit more about us. If you're at home, you can DM us and we'd be happy to mail it to you or make sure you get a copy. One of the ways that we are showing up, lighting that path to peace, is our Circle of Light, which is made up of our practitioners and our ministers, all who have been in this teaching, doing this work, doing these classes for many, many years. And so we are here to sit with you, to remind you of the truth of the divinity within you, who you are, to help you manifest the things you want to bring in, to help you put down the things that it's time to put down. So we would love for you to grab one of us after service and just say, can we sit down for a minute? That's what we love to do. So I'm going to ask members of the Circle of Light to just raise a hand. I think it might just be me and Reverend Kathy today. So we would love to sit with you if you've got something on your heart. Don't take the heavy stuff home. Let us sit with you, help you put it down, or if you got that dream, you got that little tickle back there that needs to be made manifest, let's help you with that too. Yes, and we have a prayer box right here too. So if you would rather just request treatment, there's some little prayer requests. We can reach out via phone, we can set up an appointment, we can text you, we can email you, whatever works for you. Thank you. All right, let's take a few moments and go through our announcements quickly. So we are about to launch into October next week, and our theme for October is Behind the Veil. And so here's our lineup for the month. We have the wonderful Reverend Lucian Baker always starting the month off, and then our wonderful Reverend Pixie DeFore, followed by Reverend Donna Apodoni, and then we are ending the month with Reverend Sherry Wynn. So it's going to be a great October. We're going to do some fun stuff with the kids and around Halloween, so make sure you show up for those. Today is the last Sunday in September, and September has been a September to remember who you are. And of course, we have the very wonderful Bob Sima, who is speaking and bringing music today. So you're in for a treat. All right, here's some other stuff going on. Potluck. Am I saying your name right? Okay, good. Just occurred to me, I should have checked that before. Potluck Sunday is today, so we'll have food. So sit with us, break bread, have something to eat. If you brought something, that's great. If not, you are still so welcome to stay. We always have plenty of food. All right, so today's the big party. I've been talking to you all about it. Our 30th anniversary party is today. We have wonderful Bob Sima is going to be there, going to be bringing music. Everybody's invited. We're just doing this as a fundraiser for the center, so just show up. The gifts are going to be whatever you bring to donate to the center. So we don't want any kind of gifts, but we are just looking to raise some money for the center. Everybody's welcome. So please come for that. That's 6 to 9. We're 3 minutes down the road from here. It's going to be in our backyard. I think it's supposed to be like mid-70s today. It's going to be beautiful. So show up for that if you like. We'd love to have you there. Okay, I'm going to let Reverend Kathy talk about this. Is something special that she's doing. I'm sorry your slide got a little bit, sometimes when we transpose them over to PowerPoint, they do weird stuff. But she's going to tell you a little bit about something she's doing. Do you want me to hold it? Yeah, here, you got it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not only a minister, I'm also an animal chaplain. And I have been honored to do a Rainbow Bridge ceremony in Missouri the first week of October. And what the Rainbow Bridge is, for those who don't know, it's a celebration of love and joy and release. And the Rainbow Bridge is painted rainbow colors. And you walk across it with a picture or an item that is important to you and the pet. And what I'm offering you guys is the opportunity to participate by picture or item. I will take it to Missouri for the Rainbow Bridge ceremony, first week of October, and what I'm requesting is that you send me by text any picture, or if you want an item, drop it off at my house, call me, and I'll let you know where that is. So, anyway, it is a launch for me and my animal chaplaincy, and I'm very excited, and it is a very sacred experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Kathy. I don't think we have your number up there, so if you're interested, see Reverend Kathy afterwards. She can share her number. Oh, at the front desk? Okay, so there's some cards up there if you want to grab one of those so you can send those pictures to her. Thank you for doing that. That's lovely. All right, looks like we've got a sign painting party on Tuesday, October 7th. That is for the Christmas, what are we calling it? Holiday Bazaar? Holiday Magical Market. Okay, there it is. It's right there on the slide. So if you can help Kathy paint some signs, you can show up that day. You can see her. She's here today. Her information's up there too. 10:30 on Tuesday the 7th. All right, we've got some things coming up in October. The Shelf Help Book Club is starting up with the book Let Them by Mel Robbins, so that's a great book. And then we have an improv class that's going to be starting. That's going to be the first Sunday of every month, but this will be the first one, so she's offering a half price, and it's a chance to get started with this very cool improv, kind of a fun class to do. So if you would like to sign up for that, you can go to the AmaniCenter.org, or if you have any questions, you can ask. Probably Corinne has answers to that. Yes, Corinne's back there, and she's also for the book club. So any questions about either of those, see Corinne. Here's some of our regular things that are going on. The full moon will be October 6th at 6:30 right here at the center. Drum circle is always the second Friday, so it'll be the 10th. Teen play date is the third Friday. Oh, looks like she's going to do it on the 24th, so that might be the 4th. Not sure. It's probably the 3rd. And then potluck Sunday is always the last Sunday. So those things are always happening. We hope you join in. And then weekly, we always have the chair yoga class over at the studio across the parking lot. Course in Miracles every Thursday at 3 o'clock, and then our Staying Grounded in Challenging Times 11:11 group every Thursday right here at 11:11, and we just sit out there and kind of do some sacred work and some sharing. All right, there's our Amazon wish list that Nicole created. If you're ever looking for a way to donate to the center and you'd rather purchase something than just throw money in a basket, you can use that code to scan it. See one of us afterwards if you want to get a hold of that. Here's that Holiday Magical Market for December 6th. Make sure you have your calendar marked for that. That's when you do all your shopping. That's when you really come in and you get these fantastic, special, unique gifts that you can't get anywhere else. You support the center. You support the vendors. We have a fantastic, like the best Santa Claus and food, and we're doing pancake breakfast, and we're doing hot dogs for lunch, so it's going to be a great day. It's our big fundraiser, folks, so show up for that, and bring your friends, bring other people who need to buy Christmas gifts. And then Kathy is still looking for volunteers for that. There's a bunch of clipboards back there on the rolling table, so if you can help with that, see Kathy or just sign up. She would very much appreciate that. Okay, and I think that's it for our announcements. Lots going on right now, so I appreciate your patience with that. If you haven't silenced your phone already, please do. And then let's go ahead and get quiet now that we've kind of shared all the excitement and we've laughed and we've had some song. Let's take a moment and go within and get centered. So if it's comfortable, you can allow your eyes to close. Receive that cleansing breath in. Just cleaning house. And then releasing anything that you don't need right now. Right now is your time to fill your cup, to fill your heart to bring your gifts and to receive the gifts from those around you and those that are here on the platform and everyone in this center. And so we just know that today's service unfolds divinely, perfectly, just as it's meant to. Everyone who's here receives exactly what they're meant to receive. And if you're watching from home, the same. You receive what you're meant to receive, and we all bring what we're meant to give. We don't even know sometimes that we're giving to others something that they needed. So it's important that you're here, that you show up, that you're open and willing, receiving and giving. And so I just know that Spirit is here with us, divinely blessing, informing, and resourcing everything that unfolds today in the most beautiful, perfect, divine, and sweet way, and we are all blessed by it. And so with great joy, with great gratitude, I release this word into the law, knowing that as I speak it, it is done. Together we say, and so it is. All right, I'm going to bring up Reverend Kathy again for our affirmation, and she's going to lead you through that.
All right. So we're going to do an affirmation written by our wonderful Marcy Mitchell. Yay. Yeah. We're going to do it 3 times. First time with enthusiasm. You can use your inside or outside voice, whatever you're called to do. Second time, quietly, inside voice. And third time, please be quiet and follow me as I speak it aloud. Let us begin. I take time to check in with myself and make sure I am living intentionally and authentically. I take time to check in with myself and make sure I am living intentionally and authentically. I take time to check in with myself and make sure I am living intentionally and authentically. And together we say, and so it is. Now a wonderful song by Mr. Bob Seema.
No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, well, they also woke you to the questions that you needed to ask. Sleepless nights and the dizzying heights and the dreams, some of which came true. Tough breaks, heartaches, perfect mistakes created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you, grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes who you are. If it hurt, it made you softer. If it was hard, it fueled the hunger. If it touched you, your heart took hold. And if it was simple, it made you wise. if it was sweet, it made you smile. Weaved an indelible impression on your soul. Your feet, they walked, and your lips, they talked, and your hands dug around for the proof. In every look, every book, picture in your mind that you took created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you and grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes the roots of an endless summer, part-time temporary lovers in the swoon of the deep blue sky. And as the time flew, you planted and gathered your truth as it passed before your eyes. And the wound is where the light gets in, revealing the masterpiece just beneath the skin. And in the glow of your own light, your petals open wide and you bloom right where you are. And everything you go through grows you. No mud, no lotus, haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you also awoke you to the questions that you needed to ask.
It is now time for a meditation. I invite you to get comfortable with your feet flat on the floor, allowing your chair to support you as Spirit, Source supports you. And I ask that you go deep, dive deep into that quiet, sacred space where you and the divine have a conversation, a one-on-one, quieting the mind, releasing any body tension, and dive deep. Enjoy your meditation. It is now time for a healing affirmation prayer. And we know absolutely that there is a power of love, a presence that loves, surrounds, nurtures, and supports each and every creation on this planet and beyond. And we absolutely tap into that force, that power, that energy for healing, for good, for a higher and best outcome. Each of us have something or someone, a situation, a condition, a person, maybe it's yourself, that is reaching out and calling for at a deep level, a soul level, that says, I want healing. And I am grateful for this presence, this power within each of us to heal ourselves and to heal others. So in gratitude and heartfelt thanks, I release my word into the universal law, knowing it says, yes, my beloved. Yes to the healing. Yes to the love. Yes to the support. I release and I let Source do its thing. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Kathy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Bob now because he's just going to integrate his music into his talk. But I did want to tell you, I first met Bob it was about 2013. He did a workshop. I was living in Virginia still. And he did a workshop with his beautiful wife, Shannon, at our center in Virginia. And I just was blown away by the music and the consciousness of them both. I bought every CD he had. And then we moved here in 15, so he's, at the time he was in Annapolis, he's in Florida now, on the East Coast. I never get to hear him live anymore, so I have been wanting this for us, wanting this for the center, wanting it for me personally, to be able to hear him in the room, and it's so wonderful. It's just everything I knew it would be. So Bob will be, he has, what do you call it? Not CDs, well, you do have CDs, but you also have the USBs.
yes.
Yeah, so how many albums did you say were on there?
10 albums are on there.
10 albums. So I encourage you to get one of those.
I know, I'm so young. How did I do that?
He has so much music. He writes so much music, and it's so beautiful, and you will love it. So I encourage you to get one of those afterwards. Take it home with you, and then again, he's going to be at my house this evening, 6 to 9 for the party. So come and hear more. He can't even begin to play all his music here, so there's a lot more. So show up for that, and right now just join me in welcoming the wonderful Bob Sima.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 10 years ago. It's hard to even imagine. Well, yeah, so most of what I do is done through this and through this, as far as the vocals and the singing, and normally when I'm on the road, it's Shannon, and my wife Shannon is here, and she's doing a talk, and and she's an engineer. She was an engineer. I guess if you're an engineer, you're always an engineer. Her talks are very, very deep, and she writes them all out the day before the talk, channels it, and it's like, it's like she's delivering a transmission. And I don't get to do this very often. So, because she didn't come on this trip with me, I was like, oh, I get to do the whole thing. And I thought, well, I'll just play some music because that's my gift. So mostly what I'm going to do is just share some songs with you, framed with some ideas that are very rich and potent in my mind at the moment. Right now, so I flew out here to be part of the We Rise as One peace concert, which was at the Grace Cathedral in San Francisco. Have you ever been to the Grace Cathedral? If you have, wow. I hardly slept last night. Well, mainly because there was a band playing outside of my hotel. But besides that, I put the earplugs in and I went in deep and I woke up at 6 a.m. and I'm like, time to drive, time to go. But it was a bunch of luminaries on the stage, grandmother, just lineages of just wisdom. I mean, I couldn't believe the number of people on that stage. And I was up front with, if anybody's heard of Tubby Love, who's an incredible musician, and the brothers Corin, who are just rock stars. And it was just an incredible night. And we were all, it was peace. It was about peace. And your message, your mission statement is about lighting the peace. And there's a little bit of synchronicity here. So I have this quote to start out with. You've heard this before, I'm sure. It's a Chinese proverb: if there's light in the soul, there will be beauty in the person. If there's beauty in the person, there will be harmony in the house. If there's harmony in the house, there will be order in the nation. And if there's order in the nation, there will be peace on earth. Yeah, how are we doing on that? Yeah, it's an unprecedented time to be alive. And I'm going to tweak things a little bit because it's not probably for what you are thinking in the moment. Maybe you're not. I don't want to make an assumption. I follow a lot of the really old stuff. Zoroastrianism, and that was a good start, but I travel a lot in the circles of storytelling and mythology. Dr. Martin Shaw, I don't know if anybody's heard of Dr. Martin Shaw. Spent some time with him, and just some of these really, really old things. There's a book I just read called Ishmael. If you've never heard of that book, just pick it up. You're welcome. Absolutely mind-blowing shift in paradigms that you'll get when you start to think in these older terms of things, right? Not in that thing I read was 3,000 or 4,000 years old. This is a Chinese proverb. Who knows where it really came from? Everything came from Lao Tzu, but they don't even know if that was a person. It was just an old man. It means old man. So it's like, and then my latest crush is Dr. Zach Bush. And if you don't know him, you're welcome. Look him up. He was absolutely a beautiful human being, an MD. He was going to go to medical school when he was 18. Went in Cambodia or somewhere, or Philippines, and delivered babies. I'm sorry, he was going to be an engineer. To go back to the engineer. Changed his mind after delivering a baby. Says, well, that's going to be boring, this like stuff that we can make. Look what God made. That's a way better piece of technology. So that's what he's all about. And I've been following him, and I'm supposed to be, we're going to see about working at one of his emergent events. I've been chatting with him a little bit. I got connected to him through his team. He's at the tip of the spear right now of humanity when I say it's a weird time to be alive, right? Okay, I'm going to drop the bomb here, but so, and there's a upside to all this. We are, and this is science, I mean, we're in an extinction level event, right? Just the birth rate, if we could go through all this stuff, just the birth rate alone is 1.6, there's the number. And it's, 2.3, 2.4 is enough to sustain a species, and we're at 1.6. So about 100 years, generation and a half. All right, anyway, let's keep moving, all right? So, and Zach Bush will say this over and over again. He talks about, he's like, 100% we're going to get through this. So, you know, it's all about life, and it's about carbon. It's about light. It's about lighting the path of peace. It's about light. So you can listen to him on a podcast, and they're like, well, tell me about, he goes, well, let's just start with life. How does it start? Right? And it starts with, you know, our life, with a little sperm cell over here and a little egg thing over here. And when they come together, there's a flash. And I don't mean a little tiny, I mean, you have to see it in a microscope, but it's 10,000 times the energy of the sun in that flash of light. It's called a zinc flash. Look it up. You're welcome. I mean, all this stuff was given to me. I just passed it on. All right. So all that to say is, it's the sixth level of it. This is the sixth extinction. It just happens. It just happens. Ishmael, you check out that book. We'll talk all about the leavers and the takers, right? So I'm going to share with you my first song, and it's a doozy. And it was channeled. It's kind of around the prophecy of the eagle and the condor. So when the eagle and the condor fly together, that means we're at a shift in humanity. And we're at that it's every 500 years. That's why it feels a little weird right now, right? So we're birthing, the earth is birthing itself. And her water just broke. So that's where we are. And this is new. Things have fallen off the edge of the world. Everybody's amped, all in a hurry. The skies, they cry, the ground below is quaking. Minds are speeding up, energy is high. We made the earth a bank, we're robbing or blind. More is better, it's written on every sign. Urgency rises in the eyes of every girl. Bloodstreams boil, DNA twirls. Wombs are making room for a new arrival. She's weaving a being everyone can feel. Some of them are ready, it's heavy but it's real. The rest will be left holding an old idea. She's healing and full of hope, holding on to the end of the rope. She's birthing a brand new earth, and her water just broke. The rains that were loose just fell to the ground. The mare's running wild, her mane blowing around. She's kicking up rocks and dirt, her skin is shaking. There's drops of blood, sweat on her brow, eyes wide shut, she's here and now. There's a scream underneath, but her breath is the only sound. She's feeling the feels, squeezing out freedom in an endless war. It's the only way to beat them. Pressure makes a bomb, but it also makes a diamond. She's healing and full of hope, holding on to the end of the rope. She's birthing a brand new earth, and her water just broke. She's danced on fire and held the space for greed broke her trust and cut her roots. They altered the seeds so they can mass produce. She gave and gave, fed the hungry ghost, till the giving gave way to a wasted hope. Her boundaries fell one by one till something more natural had to be done. So she cells divided and multiplied. The ones that didn't shine, they shriveled and died. She rearranged it all in the middle of the night with a third eye fixed on the soft morning light. And she held her creature soft in her arms. As her belly dropped, she hummed a lullaby song. And the whole wide world gasped in relief, 'cause his birth was a death and healed an age-old grief. And she delivered a being abundant at peace, where nobody owned anything and everyone was free, and the rest were left holding an old idea. Time is timeless in the age of truth. She created this creation in the ripeness of her youth, and gone for now are the days of humanity's abuse. And light washed away the dark left by the lies, and the balance swung back as she opened her eyes, and the eagle and the condor danced across her sky. And their wings held the wind like our hearts held the news, gentle and pleasant and perfectly in tune. And the memory faded into the gray of a brand new moon. So just take that in. So, pressure makes a bomb, but it also makes a diamond. There's a lot of lines in that song. I could probably sing it a few more times. Just, it's a lot. It's not going to be a Taylor Swift hit. I realize it's more, yeah, you know what I'm saying. A birth is a storm. Think about that. I mean, all the ladies in here have birthed something. Whew, I can't really, I can't relate to it. I was there, but I was not there. Yeah, but it's also a disconnection from a situation that's no longer tenable, right? Because that baby got to come out. If it stays in there, that's the definition of codependence. It's going to die. Both creatures are going to die. So something needs to die. And death is not a thing we like to talk about a lot. In most cultures that are the happiest, they talk about death all the time. The Bhutanese, the country of happiness, they recommend 3 times a day that each citizen consider that they're a living being and they're a dying being. 3 times a day, just remember, how do you get light back in the soul? Go listen to Zach Bush. He'll break it down. It's all about the soil. It's nitrogen, it's carbon, it's all the things. It will blow your mind when you really start to listen to this stuff and you start to understand it from a different perspective. So pressure makes a diamond. If you're walking along and you have coffee in your cup, and someone bumps into you and you spill the coffee, why did you spill the coffee? And if you've seen this, please don't shout it out because I want it to be mysterious and mystical. You spilled the coffee in your cup because there was coffee in your cup. Not that complicated. What's in your cup? Because you're being pushed right now. Right? If you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Juice. If you squeeze you, what comes out? Cells and stuff. I don't know. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. I know you figured that out by now. So we're in a birth, and it's just not metaphorical. It's not. So, whether this reaches you today or you leave and you go, I don't know, I really like that song about the mud and the lotus. Whatever reaches you will reach you. I'm just going to leave you a couple ideas here, and of what is not capable of a human being to process everything that's being processed right now. We were not meant for these things right here, or these things right here. Neither of these two things were meant for us, yet we have them. And sorry, not sorry, because you can order food. And you can also watch people getting killed. And you can also read things. And you can also get blasted with opinions and never-ending stress. So you don't need that extra pressure when you're going through a birth canal, right? So if I could leave you one thing, is to let that part go. And get your feet in the ground, on the soil. Turn all that stuff off as much as you can. And I'm not here to preach at you and tell you what to do, because you already know. I've got a retreat back there that is not even full yet. I don't know why, because we're going to take people to Mexico, and when they leave, they're not even going to be the same people when they get home. And they're never going to be the same people. And I don't mean that they're in a wrong thing and they're going to be right or anything, but their nervous system going to get reset. We are just not meant for this. Martin Shaw, a mythologist guy, he says one person crouched over a laptop is not going to get us out of this thing, right? It's just not going to get us out of this thing. So, do a different song. I told you I was going to play a lot of songs, and I've been yapping, and I love to yap, and I love the songs, So this might it's a balance. So this might kind of anchor in a little bit of what we're talking about. First your heart goes cold, then your stare goes long. The fire in your eyes, the burning desire left long ago. You've been living your life for everyone else. You've been holding the weight of this whole wide world all by yourself. But these mountains that you carry on your back, you were only supposed to climb, and you were doing your best, but it was never enough to please the one in your head that scares you half to death, the one that doesn't exist. It's only up in your mind, the one that drains your cup and always puts you back at the end of the line. But these mountains that you carry supposed to climb. From the day you were born, your path was already known, and it was one hell of a climb, and yours to do was take it one step at a time. But these mountains that you carry on your back, you were only supposed to climb. So a man's walking through the forest, and it's dark, and he's really lost. And he sees up in the distance, he sees a little cabin or something, like a little building. It's got to be some help in there. It's so dark. I'm so lost. So he goes up and knocks on the door, and the guy opens the door. He says, I'm lost. Help me. It's dark. And the man goes, oh. Yeah. And he gives him a lantern. And he's like, it's a really little lantern. It's not very big. So he's like, yeah, go away. Close the door, and the guy is standing out in the dark with the lantern. And he's like, oh, all right. And he gets like 20 or 30 feet down the road, and he turns around, and he's like, he goes, I can't see. I can only see like, right? He's like, do you have a beam or something? I can't see. And he's like, well, the lantern just shows you all you need. It's just right in front of you, just one step at a time. It's just right there. You don't need to know all that stuff. Like if you're on Facebook, you don't need to know what's on Instagram. I know now I'm skipping into a different world here, but you just don't need to know that stuff. There's a certain amount of information that you need to know. Like, what time's dinner? Right? Who needs me? Who needs me? How can I be of service? Right? What's in that food? What am I eating? What's coming in here? Am I breathing? Those are the things, that's like the little lantern. So if I leave you with anything at all to bless you in any way of possible consequence that will last in your life, is take the mountain off your back. You put it there, and I'm not blaming you. You just did. I work with little 6 to 18-year-old kids. I teach at this school, and I tell them the same thing over and over, and they love me, but, in order to be your mentor, first I must be your tormentor. And they come in and they sit in Bob's corner and they sit down, and that's a safe place and all the things. And they start with their story, and I just kind of smile at them. And they're like, and then she did this, and then they did, and then they stop and they go, all right, I know what you're gonna say. And when you don't have to say something, your teaching is done. But what they say is, if I'm having a bad day, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's personal responsibility, right? Brene Brown says all the time, there's no way anybody can trigger you. You do it yourself, right? So, okay, going off into a different direction, I'm wrapping it all up. go back to the lantern. If you forget everything else I said or did or anything, and you get a little overwhelmed and you start thinking about, what did he say about 1.6? Wait, it's 1.6. We're all going to die. 100 years, he said. It was really inspiring, but I don't know what he was talking about. But there's like a little tiny bit of truth in it. And it's, if you really, really lean into this message, it really is an amazing time to be in a body right now. Like, we are going through a canal, and it's pretty amazing that we get to do this. It's like we're riding on this wave, right? Whatever metaphor you want. It's not a normal time, right? But then you go back 1,000 years, and they were like slicing each other's heads off, guys. Come on, man. I mean, so it's not like anything's that new, but we are in a portal. So remember that when you start going down your patterns and start going through your things that are just winding you up and putting a mountain on your back. Just think. Just pause for a second. And we're going to be doing some music tonight. I'll continue this. We'll, make it a little more lively. But I thought it was pretty lively. But we will. The message from today is just part of my path, and I'm writing an oracle deck of cards to go with this whole thing. And it's fitting in with a lot of the indigenous teachers. I'm inviting it into different circles to share this stuff. So that particular song, if it's not recorded yet, but please sign up for my email. And what you will get with that, you'll get the lyrics. I'll send them to you. So you can kind of work with that if you like, if it reached you. I saw a lot of that. And also, I'll give you 5 days of free music, and it's every day is not just a song. There's an experience to go with it. So I take the music and extend it into deeper experiences. I know it's not just music. It's like it's got to be a deeper, richer thing. So it's music as spiritual practice. So like you could listen to this music. It's almost like reading one of the books that you've read. Like I would ask somebody, "Have you read The Power of Now?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's like, it changed my life." What was it about? And they're like, "Now." I mean, it was the pain body. Yeah, the pain body. What's that? Pain in your body. I'm describing myself. So my superpower is taking those little things and putting them in a song so that I can listen to it and sing it and remember it. So the blessing is that you can take it with you on a CD or whatever and continue to get these teachings from all these books I've read and all these people I've listened to and really help it enrich your life in some way. So it's not just music. So, and if you don't have the funds, just take some. I'm not worried about that. Let's not let money get in our way. Get some of this music. Sign the email. If Mexico, and it's the retreat is in Mexico, if that intrigues you a little bit, come ask me about it. I'll tell you all of the things. I can't tell you the whole thing because Shannon will, it's got to be mysterious. It's got to have a little mystery. With that, I am complete. And I thank you so much for having me here. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you all a little bit while we eat some food and drink some more water and coffee and all the things. So thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. All right, so more of that to come this afternoon. So come on over to my place for an amazing time with Bob. And right now is our joyful time of giving. So this is our opportunity to support the Amani Center with our gifts and tithes, to keep the doors open, to keep the good work that we're doing here going. So we're going to pass the baskets in the moment. Let me show you some of the ways you can give. If you don't feel like dropping cash or a check in, you can use the PayPal or the Venmo code. Some of the white seat backs have the little cards with PayPal and Venmo codes that you can scan. You can always go to theamanicenter.org and hit the donate button. That donate button is also on all of our newsletters that come out every month. If you're not getting that, sign up for that so you know what's going on. And you can always set up a recurring donation through your bank so that you control what's going out, but also it's coming out automatically so you know you're always sending your tithe to the place that supports you spiritually. And it is so appreciated so that we can keep doing this good work here. So however you give, we just appreciate you so much. I'm going to have Reverend Kathy come back up, and she's going to bless those tithes before we pass the baskets. And then we'll have another song from Bob.
Thank you. So tithing is a spiritual practice because what we give, we receive. This is a law, a spiritual law. And we here at Amani are filled with gratitude and thankfulness that as a result of tithing, we offer this amazing space with classes, with events, and with all of you wonderful people in community. I'm so grateful for this, and I hope you are as well. So give what you can, and know that it circulates, filling you and filling us as a community. Thank you, Spirit. Together we say, and so it is.
Can I say anything but thank you? And how can I say anything but grace? 'Cause everything in front of me is heaven, everywhere in every place. Every pleasure, every pain, every joy, and every heartache. And how can I say anything but thank you? And how can I say anything but grace? 'Cause everything in front of me is a miracle. Every line on every face, every handshake, and every embrace. And I say grace. Come on, sing that with me. And I say grace. And I say grace.
It is with a joy-filled heart that I accept on behalf of the Amani Center, each of you, this beautiful, wonderful community called Amani. Thank you so much for the energy that goes into these ties that allows us to do what we do. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Kathy. All right, I see the kids are here, so let's bring them up and let's hear what y'all did. All right. Friendship bracelets. Okay, Maria, I'm going to hand this over to you so everybody can hear at home too.
Anyways, so we made some peace bracelets. So anyways, that's what we did. Okay.
Is that it? All right, you guys want to show them?
You want to show them?
They have an affirmation or anything else? Or? Beautiful. Okay. All right, great job, guys. All right, find your people. All right, just a reminder that we have potluck today, so stay and eat. See Bob at the round table back there, find out about the retreat, get your CDs or your little, I always forget what that's called, USB, the little USB with all the music on it. So see him and then come to my house later. If you need the address, let me know. It is in the ad. And I think that's all my reminders, so let's stand. And let's hold hands if that's comfortable, and let's sing our closing song together. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace. As you go out into the world, remember the things that Bob talked about today. Don't carry the mountain. You're just meant to climb it. No mud, no lotus. And then also that we are birthing something new, that we're part of a wonderful time on the planet, an amazing time. And it's a little challenging, it's a little messy, but we are walking into something amazing. And if you're here for it. So just remember that, and together we say, and so it is. All right, get some food, everyone.
Who I am, you look deep into my eyes, then you realize that I am you. Then you realize that I am you. Then you realize that I am. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then you realize that I really knew who I am. I want to thank you.